I'm Anthony Forrest, the president of Steel Cod, and I'm here with John Beresford, our VP of Sales, ready to discuss all things appliances. So, John, there's a feature in some GE laundry that seems really great. The one-step wash and dry. Seems like a great concept.
Yep.
And I'm a little scared to even talk about it with customers because they're just going to use it wrong. Like it's the mule with the spinning wheel effect. So it's like it's not even worth talking about. But it's actually a really great feature for the right application. So how do I kind of tiptoe around this without overpromising, and then they get it and they throw in 15 pairs of jeans and they're surprised it's not dry? What do I do?
Yep. Yeah. Look, I mean, the one-step wash and dry, I mean, it doesn't fail because it doesn't work, right? And it's one of those things that it's a tough line. And, you know, the feature does exactly what it claims to do as long as you're within the parameters it was designed for, right? And the problem was when it first launched, and they weren't, it wasn't just GE, it was other guys that were out in the market that were launching similar things, is those parameters weren't framed out clearly enough from the outset. And so what ended up happening, right? Customers would hear wash and dry in one cycle and they kind of filled the rest in themselves, and, they assumed that they could do full loads in every fabric and every situation, but nobody really slowed down that conversation enough to define really the lane that they have to kind of stay in order for that to be effective. And, naturally, whenever you don't explain a feature that hits the market enough, callbacks followed and then salespeople end up feeling burned. So what ended up happening is you saw a full pendulum swing in the marketplace, right? So instead of overselling it, reps just stopped talking about it altogether, and fear just kind of replaced confidence with that whole thing. And it became a gimmick, and it's really not, Can you do a full load with this feature? Of course not, but that doesn't mean that the feature doesn't matter. The feature still solves a real daily problem, and it's still viable, and it's still something that you should be not only talking about in that conversation where these have it. I would say a lot of these conversations you can be leading with it.
So help me draw the line.
Sure.
Where is here's the upper end where this is going to work?
So the first thing that you need to do is you need to wrap your head around what it is, okay? Because it's not about volume. It's not a volume play like a lot of laundry is now, right? So you kind of have to shift that lens that you're looking at it through. It's more about flow, right? It's about eliminating transfers from your life, right? And compressing time, things like that, right? Handling the loads that would otherwise sit kind of forgotten in a washer, like gym clothes or workwear or a kid's uniform or just, the in-between laundry that creates friction in people's lives. Because listen, I mean, I always was successful using kids because this happens all the time. A kid has a uniform. He's got a game tonight. It's sitting in his hamper, and what do we do, right? It's full panic time. Now I got to go do a whole load, but I have to go off to work. So I'm not going to be able to change it till I get home because there's nobody here to do it. And it's just, you can feel the tension in my voice when I'm explaining it. So you imagine what it's like for the parent that's living through that. That was always super successful because if you're a parent of anybody of any age, you know that happens weekly, sometimes multiple times in a week, where they need the particular thing, they don't have it, and then all heck breaks loose. So there's still a lot of situations where something like this can be valuable, but it's not just for kids, right? It is gym clothes. I have an outfit that I feel really good in, or I only wear it when I'm doing legs or whatever it happens to be. And that day came about because my week went fast, and now I need to make sure that I can get that going, so it's a real easy way to not have to worry about handoffs and transferring over and those types of things. Get it done. Work shirt, got a stain on it. I need to wear it later tonight, whatever it happens to be. So it works in a lot of different situations. So here's what I can tell you about it. Avoiding the feature doesn't protect your sale, okay? Customers never hear where it shines, and that becomes a differentiator. So, making a feature like that disappear from the conversation altogether isn't going to help you. It's actually going to cloud judgment from the customer. Overselling, I agree, is going to break trust here, but avoiding it altogether doesn't really rebuild trust or really set that differentiator, right? I mean, you want to make sure that you have clear, confident framing. And when you have that, this feature is going to help kind of push that decision-making forward.
So I want to stay on the upper line of what this can handle.
Sure.
So my wife is excellent about doing clothes properly. I'm just put it all in and it's fine. It'll get it wet and then get it dry.
Yeah.
And so like with jeans, like could you put a pair of jeans and expect it to be dry when it's all done?
No, I wouldn't, honestly, because if you think about what this is doing, we're talking about fan forced air, right? And there's only so much. Any heavy duty fabric, I'm not even going to risk it. It's not worth it. Theoretically, if you left it in long enough, could it get to a point that you might be comfortable enough? Maybe. It's not going to over dry, certainly. So there'd be no risk there. But any heavy duty fabrics, I'm not even going to do that with. Any load that's over a couple of pounds, I'm not doing it. This is kind of in an emergency break glass type of a thing, right? Like I have a situation that's coming up where I need this.
So you're saying with synthetic fabrics.
Yeah. And this can take care of it where nothing else really can. So, it's just go ahead.
Here's another question for this feature.
Sure.
That actually would be interesting for my wife, because the other thing is she dries almost nothing and everything gets hung up in that stuff. But, it comes out of the washer after a spin cycle, a little wrinkly, it's sticking to the sides of the washer. So let's say you wanted to do a load. You weren't that concerned about being dry, but that extra tumble might actually de-wrinkle something. Would you say that does that, or we're asking too much?
No, I'd say that's pretty fair. Now, it depends on what's in there and the weight of the fabrics and the weight of the overall load and those types of things, right? Because we're tumbling and using air to make this happen. So, yes, I think it's fair. I think it will reduce definitively. Do I think that it will take them away entirely? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on the actual fabric that it is. But I would say that in this particular case, does she line dry a lot because she's worried about over drying and seeing the stretching and pilling over time? Is that the reasoning for it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, better care of the clothes and that stuff. Maybe she'll put it in the dryer for just like 5 minutes.
Yep.
Just to get that tumble.
Yeah.
Almost like
so
a steam effect.
The one benefit about this is for somebody because there are a lot of people that are out there worried about how much dry I should give this, right? They are worried about over drying because it will stretch and pill. There's no chance this is going to be able to do that. So this would be good in a situation like that as well.
So basically you're saying is position this properly, don't overpromise, and if your customer is sold on it for this feature, have them send you a picture before each load, and you say, that's great. No, that's not going to work. That's okay.
What we're saying here is the feature doesn't fail. The feature never did fail, right? I mean, what failed was really kind of that willingness to explain the limits without kind of a full-on panic that you're going to sell yourself out of a machine. When really, I mean, explaining it the way that you did and overselling or letting the customer take over in terms of setting their own expectations for it, that's really what failed here.
And that's another really good point, just to close this one out, is let's say you don't even mention it. They buy this unit and they're one of the 1% that reads the manual and sees this feature. They're going to be very unhappy with it because they're not going to treat it properly if you don't set it up.
Boy, and do we get a lot of calls with that same exact thing when it first came out too. So I know where you're getting your information from. I mean, that was a tough couple of months because I mean, quite frankly, when this thing first rolled out, you're so quick to get things to the floor that you don't know everything, right? And you kind of learn by the calls that come up because, listen, we tried our best with trying to read through all of this stuff and the spec sheets that were given to us and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of times you didn't have time to read the fine print in a user manual before you went out and started selling some of these features when they first hit. So it's a really good point by you. That was a lot of that pushback as it says, it says here it's only a couple of pounds of clothes. I thought that I was getting something that could handle everything. So it's a great call out by you.
Right. Awesome. All right. Thanks, John. I'm going to get back to work. Thanks for listening. We drop a new episode every Monday to Friday. Don't forget to follow us so you never miss an episode wherever you listen to podcasts.